Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Centurion Leadership Battalion podcast, your source of accountability, inspiration, and motivation to become your best and reach your fullest potential every day. Our motto, it's simple: to use our determination to crush our everyday leadership tasks so that we dominate in our delivery of services and products to our clients and achieve victory and personal growth, profitability, and creating environments for those around us to prosper. Let's get this show started.
Welcome to the Centurion Leadership Battalion podcast. This is your host, Alaina, and we also have your other host, Justin, on today. We're super excited to have you guys listening in. Thank you for all of the support. Please remember to leave us a rating and a review. It greatly helps our podcast to grow and helps our mission to grow, and we really appreciate the time that you take to do that. So with that being said, today will be a Q&A episode. I'll go ahead and read off the question, and then we will have Justin join in our conversation. Our question for today is, what does it really mean to be disrespected in leadership? So hi, Justin. That's our question, and I'm excited for our conversation.
Hey, Alaina, how are you? I'm pretty fired up today, so I apologize in advance for the audience if I'm a little more direct or fiery than normal or aggressive, as I've been called before on numerous occasions, obviously. And we actually did a podcast on aggressive or being aggressive as a leader. But it's a very interesting thing. So first off, before I get started, how are you doing today, Alaina?
I'm doing well. I have really bad allergies right now. So if I sound like a crazy person, that is why.
And you're like, when's your due date? Just so I wonder.
Yeah, my due date is June 15th. So I'm like 85 days away, but who's counting?
And so you have a summer baby coming. That's kind of exciting. I can't imagine a better time of year to actually have a baby, or maybe because it's hot, it might not be that great, but it's probably better than winter time because you can be outside a little bit.
It definitely will be better than winter. And I'm really happy because flu season will be over. So hopefully I won't be so paranoid of everyone that's going to want to see him and meet him. So I'm really excited to have a summer baby. Plus I'll have him early summer. So it's not like I'll have to go through 3 months, 4 months of crazy intense heat and super hot days. So it'll be perfect timing.
Awesome. I think that one of the best things about that type of thing is just the excitement. I mean, summer's always an exciting time of year now to have a baby and be able to go into it. I think it's just seems fun. I don't know. It seems like the sleeping might not be as bad when there's more sunlight, or lack of sleep, I guess would probably be the better term. But so
we have a lot to learn as new parents, but that's the exciting part.
I'm interested to hear the leadership lessons along the way. That's going to be the fun part. So
yeah, I think it'll be awesome. Just having the experience and, the leadership conversations already, and the knowledge I have, and wanting to set, examples and leave legacies, all of these things that are important. It really makes you go into being a parent a little bit different than maybe some people. So it puts the pressure on a little bit more, but it's an exciting time. It's the best.
Yeah, maybe it's me again. Sorry.
No, you're good. I can hear you.
I heard you now. But all the learning lessons, I think I agree. I think as a parent, a young parent, or even a parent, I don't remember all of them, but I remember them being very quick and very swift. And I didn't have young children, obviously. And I wasn't a full-blown parent, for example, but I do remember being like, holy shit, life just got very unselfish very quickly. And I'm not a selfish person to begin with. So to say that it's like, or whatever, but
definitely a lot to learn.
What you sow.
That's
you
true.
reap what you sow. And that is no matter when you start, or it's not too late if you have teenage kids. Obviously, as a person that started with children that weren't young infants or born into my life, it's never too late to start, I think, and make an influence, and believe you have the ability to lead positively or set a good example and lead with love, for example. So, all right, to the question. All right, this is an interesting one because as an entrepreneur, as a business partner, as someone who employs a lot of people, or a group of people that I work with employ a lot of people, and we all work together. It's not just Justin Bizzarro, obviously. It's a whole team that gets it done and very valuable resources. But there's this very strong term in today's generation or in today's management structures or leadership structures that talk about being disrespected by someone in the way that they talk to someone. And it's a very interesting thing to me because I think, yes, I can agree people can be disrespected. And I agree that using language and being aggressive or strong with someone can be disrespectful. What I find interesting, though, in today's world, and I deal with this a lot right now, and it's becoming more and more common, it's that if I'm direct with you or holding you accountable to your job or accountable to the things that you say you're going to do, or paying on time or whatever it is, that's a disrespectful thing. I certainly think that if I owe someone money in our businesses, or I owe someone money personally and they're asking me for money, it's not disrespectful. Maybe even if it's aggressive, maybe it's not, like they're probably upset. It's money. I probably owe them money. So to come back at them and say it's disrespectful, it's a very interesting thing. And here's even more interesting to me over the last 2 years, how much this has been thrown at me. Who's more disrespectful, the person that built 24 years of a business that employs how many people, that has roof over the heads, or the individual that comes in and tries to be a complete disaster and disrespectful to all the people or managers in the business, or the business partner, they're apparently business partners if it's a business partner, in front of everyone, that jeopardizes the 600 employees' jobs because they're feeling disrespected by honesty or whatever. It's an interesting thing because a quick response to holding people accountable right now and being truthful and in this upside down world, which is a good description of it, is to say someone's disrespecting them. I don't think holding someone accountable or having an honest conversation with someone or it being passionate or emotion filled is disrespect. If I say you're a fucking asshole, that's disrespectful. But if we're having an argument and our voices raised, that's not disrespectful. I am sorry. I don't know who taught anyone that, but if you don't have that and you don't have the ability to speak passionately and with conviction, and we talked about it with Jesus, it isn't like it's not in the Bible for the Judeo-Christian listeners. It's not like Jesus didn't get angry and flip over a table. There's how many accounts of it? How long did it take him to get all 12 disciples or apostles to lead the way that he needed them to? How much time did it take? How much conviction? And even then, he still had one insubordinate one, which we'll talk about in the next podcast. But this is not like something that hasn't been done. And if we talk about Jesus Christ as a leader and not the religious piece, he has lasted this long because of his leadership principles, not only his belief or his connection to God. It's because his leadership fundamentals are great enough to rise up individuals who believe in it. Right or wrong, good or bad, true or not true, we know that. And so disrespect for holding someone accountable or challenging someone's beliefs or saying, hey, this is our business. You shouldn't come in here and try to change it. This isn't yours. You didn't build it. You're jeopardizing all the employees. That's not disrespectful towards someone. And if someone challenges you and you challenge them back in your business, the amount of like how disrespectful you are, it's an interesting thing to me. What really is respect? What really is disrespect? Because we throw the term out there. I see it in the media. I see it in my business. our businesses. So am I really disrespecting someone by having an argument with them? Probably not. If I start calling them names and using curse words aggressively, that starts getting borderline. As a person who curses, I can see how that could borderline disrespect someone. I don't find it disrespectful to me unless someone starts calling me names, but I've been in very heated conversations, and believe me, people sometimes owe me millions of dollars. And one of the most interesting things I hear about is how when I'm asking someone for money, which I'm literally loaning to them because I produce their food and they haven't paid me for it yet, at least not all of it, that I'm disrespecting them. Or as a manager in our business, I'm trying to get them to do their job, I've disrespected them. Or how when we're in the middle of a group meeting and so we have a corporate vision and a corporate thing we're trying to do, and we have a manager that in front of everyone tries to buck the entire thing that's been going on. I get the idea. Is it the right place in front of everyone? So who's being more disrespectful? You, who's disrespected everyone's work and undermined them in front of the whole crowd? Or me, who says, no, and I speak with conviction, this is not the right place for it. This is not the right time. And if you keep pushing, all you're doing is showing to everyone else by saying you're disrespected that you don't respect everyone else in the room. So maybe you're disrespected, but in your disrespect, you're not respecting anyone else in the room for their hard work, for their time. So I get it as an individual, and I get the need for me, I, him, her, whatever pronoun to make us feel important, but you're not going to be a leader, honestly. And we're going more and more bankrupt of leaders because of things like this. You're going to be disrespected, in your opinion, so much on the way to the top. It's part of the learning lesson. People are going to disrespect you if you think it's putting you down, or not believing in you, or not liking your ideas. That's part of the journey. I just don't think it's disrespect. I think the utmost respect you can have for a person is to challenge them intellectually, mentally. And the utmost respect you can have for a leader is to follow. And then to go to that leader and ask and talk about it privately about what you could do to learn. And I'm not saying you shouldn't have opinions and people shouldn't voice it or blow whistles or whatever people are going to say. But the disrespect, if you believe in it one way, it's usually coming at you because you're not doing it the other way. If that's what you believe. I don't think of life as respect and disrespect. It's just, I'm on a mission to get the job done, and it's honesty and not honesty. And listen, as an entrepreneur, I've been disrespected, quote unquote, the term, way more than I've ever been respected. When you challenge new ideas, when you're blazing new trails, when you're trying to structure a whole company, when you're trying to have a big vision as a leader that most people can't see, people disrespect you or don't see it, whatever. And you're going to work for people or work with leaders that are going to, quote unquote, disrespect you. But if you don't learn to do it better, or you don't disrespect them in return, you're never going to get what you're asking for. So it's interesting to me that I then have these same employees who do these things wonder why they're not getting respect from their employees. And I have the disrespect thing now trickle down from the managers, or they won't do their job, or they don't take them seriously when they're not there and they don't have the resources. Well, it's not that you don't have the resources. It's a reflection of your leadership. If you're going to hold your high horse on disrespect or respect, I think you should probably go on the respect side, because using disrespect is a huge negative. But okay. You probably want to make that your entire life, and a thread that we'll eventually talk about that I think is on our list of questions of your entire life. Because if you get up there and stand up and you get in front of everyone and you talk about disrespect in front of a person that's built to respect as an entrepreneur for 24 years, maybe not everyone thinks you're a respectful person, or everyone doesn't like the way I handle everything. And maybe there's all these people that think I'm disrespectful, but at the end of the day, I'm here for everyone. And at the end of the day, everyone knows I will do and I will fight and I will be here for everyone to protect their jobs. Those who do the jobs and protect everyone else the same way I protect them. It is a team. It is a culture. So disrespect to me is when you take advantage of a situation that hurts the whole or hurts anyone in the organization. If selfishness overrides the benefit of the whole, it's hard. And I'm not saying not to go do soccer practice with your kid or not take vacation. I believe in all of those things. But I believe a proper teammate has a team members that have their back and the business runs regardless of if team members are there or not. So you want to talk about respect. Respect is respecting the way things are done. Respecting is I can show you I'm a leader by doing it the same way the leader did before me, so I can earn that respect from the people, then go make changes. Because when you come in and you start blazing changes right away and you don't at least try to mimic some of what the previous leader did to bridge, if not all of it at first, which would be my recommendation, and then bridge off of that, you have problems. You have insubordination, you have disrespect, you have all that. Why? Because you come in like a hothead and you haven't respect the work that was done before, regardless of if they did it in the wrong way. The people still followed, that person was still the leader. And if you want to keep the integrity of your leadership position that you just took in, you should not go into another leadership position and disrespect all the things that were done before. You just kill the integrity of the job position. You kill the integrity of an entrepreneur if you come into businesses or a partner and there's people operating your business and you step all over them. Are they disrespecting you as an entrepreneur, or are you disrespecting them? Because they still need to work in front of the employees all day. So if you're going to have a conversation, do it behind a closed door. That's okay. Would you go out in the street with all of your family members and have an argument with your spouse? Guys, come here. All of our family members, let's get them together on Zoom. We're going to have an argument right now in front of everyone. We have a disagreement. Let's let everyone be involved in it. That's the equivalent. And it amazes me that we think it's okay at work. And then we go and can't figure out why we're having problems in our home. Well, okay, like what? That's the problem. Everything is not everyone's business all the time. And you need transparency in business to make decisions. But you can't have someone grab the steering wheel of the ship randomly and try to jerk the wheel. That's the disrespect, not the person that says, give me the wheel back. Don't jerk it and don't do it in front of everyone and don't disrespect everyone if you're going to talk about respect and all the work they've done. How about, thank you, I'm going to learn this, then we can do it better. Or come behind a closed door, I have some ideas. But you have to be careful as a leader. And if you start throwing around the word respect or disrespect as a leader, you just freaking nailed yourself to that cross. I'm sorry, your character, everyone who just saw it, everyone who just witnessed it in the room, you say it, you now have to be more respectful. You're going to have to live your whole life that way because you just put it out there. And if you're not ready for it and you're not emotionally intelligent enough to deal with the self-awareness that's going on, you have a pretty rough battle ahead of you. And shit, I'm as far as I am, and people still say me as disrespectful all the time. Good. It does not bother me, and it's not emotional for me. It's not worth fighting over. So, someone has to remain strong in leadership. If you want to be that person in leadership one day that remains strong or has people respect strength or your decisions, you need to mimic that same behavior. Because if you throw out the disrespect thing and you challenge leadership, you better well be sure that you're going to get the same challenge as before. So, or that you modeled. I'm sorry. So like whatever you do and model in your leadership or your following or the way you treat leaders is the way it's going to happen with you. So if you use disrespect, do not be surprised if the people that follow you or you're trying to lead start using that same thing on you. So it's not that I don't think people shouldn't be disrespected. I'm just questioning what disrespect really is, because I think disrespect is taking advantage of your teammates. I think disrespect is taking advantage of the entrepreneur who's put his life at risk, or the managers who spend their time away from their family here to try to make the jobs happen, or the employees who actually do work hard and give 110% every day, and do show up every day. So who's the disrespectful one, and what does disrespect really mean holistically? Because as an individual, anyone who challenges me in today's world could be disrespectful. It's what we've turned it into. And we go to such extremes over it. And it's just like, so I would say when it comes to disrespect, and we'll sort of end it here, as maybe Alaina has some stuff she wants to say and add in, I hope. But I think the real thing is what is it, as we question ourselves as leaders, and how do we demonstrate the respect that we want in return? And, I will be vulnerable. I don't always do it. I have a temper. I work hard. I have long-term visions. I break down things to tasks. Let's complete the task. You want to challenge it. Let's challenge it behind closed doors. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the whys and the wheres. And sure, sometimes I'm like, let's do it your way. But when we're done doing it your way and it's not right, we'll do it my way. And the interesting part is I do that all the time. And then when I'm finally fed up with doing it my business partner's way or the manager's way or whatever, and we're at a point and I say, okay, we've done it your way, it didn't work, we're going to do it my way now, the way that I know that works, I'm disrespectful towards them. We had an agreement. We tried it your way. I am the boss. I am the entrepreneur. I gave you a chance to prove it. And instead of having dignity and respect for me and saying I gave it a shot, I was wrong, and admitting you were wrong, or that you gave it a chance and you didn't have the gusto to get it through, or the thing yet, and we learned how to get through it together, I'm being disrespectful towards them. I've never had that as much as I've had over the last few years, but it's a different generation, and respect and disrespect, whatever it means a lot. But if you're in my shoes and you built something or helped your father build something and his business partners build something from a basement, or sacrificed how much for how many years while everyone else was out at bars doing whatever with their life, spending money, saving money, or trying to reinvest it or keep this business alive for everyone's dreams, the disrespect looks a lot different. And I guarantee if anyone else were in my shoes, and you're a leader and you are in shoes like mine, your respect and disrespect level of people is going to be totally different. And if you want to be a successful leader and you want to be a multimillionaire entrepreneur, you probably should start living the way that you're going to live as a millionaire now, or else you're never going to get there, because you're never going to be good enough to have the money. You're never going to be good enough to have the success. And as a person that's had to get over temper and, addressing feelings and getting control of my emotions as a very aggressive person, like I'm a type A personality, I like to win 10-0. I don't want to win 3-2. I don't like it. It's too close. It leaves too much closeness. I don't want anyone coming back. I want them to know we're the best. So who's disrespecting you? If you don't believe in what I do, don't come in here and tell me it's wrong. Go play for a different team. Shit. 24 years, someone's gonna come in here and then tell me I'm disrespectful because we should be doing it a different way. I get it. We change and we adapt and we pivot and I listen, but come on. Right? Like, come on. You don't like the team, go play for a different team ultimately. Like you try to fit in with the team, you try to make improvement, but if you're going to cause waves, go play for another team. Do everyone a favor, including yourself. If it doesn't fit, don't push it, and don't start saying disrespect, because the team doesn't do what you want. The team's already the team. You're coming onto the team. You want to be a successful leader? Learn how to lead within the new environment, because that's what leaders do. Because leaders rise to the top during crisis, period. All of them. All the great ones came out of crisis. And so why deter from that? Why not get used to quote unquote disrespect? Or why not get used to leading and following and establishing integrity and leadership, both in your character, so that other people model the way that you followed? So, I mean, I haven't always done a great job myself, and there's probably 1,000 people that I've met in my life that are listening on this that say I'm a hypocrite. But as of right now, where I am today and the growth that I've taken, I apologize to all those people in the way I've misled them or let ego or attitude hurt them. It's unfortunate. They were growing lessons, and hopefully they grew from me also in my mistakes. But that's where I am right now, and where we are here, and the path that I've taken in my life. Respect or disrespect, right? It's interesting when you're investing in human growth in people, yet they still call you disrespectful. I'm giving you every opportunity I can to help uplift you and your family. Who's disrespecting who? So what are your thoughts, Alaina?
I think that was all really interesting information, and just hearing your personal experiences, I think, opens the door for a lot of people to be able to relate to the topic. I think sometimes podcasts and leaders leave things, pretty generic, but I think it's really great that you were able to share things that you've actually personally experienced, and things that have actually happened in your own life and with your own, business and clients and things of that sort. I think that really wrapped up this question very, very well.
So thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone, for listening in. I appreciate the support. Sorry for the toughness of the topic, but it is a very direct topic, and I'm sure we'll talk about it again. So thank you, everyone, for the support, and thank you for listening in.
Thanks, guys.